Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Peeling Back the Label. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm trying to get Debra patched in. I forgot to mention, yes, sorry, we've had a little difficulty. We have our guest today, Debra Borchert. Today we're going to talk about all her books. And let me just patch her in before I waste any more time, because I already did this and it didn't work, so we're going to try it again. Hold on. Oh, it still says no request to join. I don't know. Oh, I think I saw you. I think it's working, Debra. Sometimes it just takes a minute for it to actually work.
I
Yay! Isn't it funny? It's a miracle what makes people happy, but I'm happy.
well, this was the first time that a larger red halo appeared, the
Oh,
very first time.
okay.
So I don't know what it was. I think you have to be on and going before I can connect.
But I was talking for a while. Isn't that weird? I mean, I was like, actually, like, just like drumming up stuff.
Thank you.
So sorry, I didn't even give you like a proper introduction or anything because I was just so blah, 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 blah. But anyway, this beautiful woman is Debra Borchert, and I love your hair.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you look beautiful.
Thank you. We're going to do the woman who owns the salon in Seattle cuts my hair, and she once did one of those huge Marie Antoinette
Yeah,
wigs. So we're going to do a presentation and a cocktail party about French Revolution fashion and coiffure. And after the French Revolution's bad times and people were released from prison, all the women wore their hair really short like this. So we have them to thank.
I love it. And not everybody could pull it off. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
well,
Not everybody could
thank
pull
you.
off short hair, and it looks fantastic on you. I love it. And the color,
Thanks.
everything. She did such a great job.
Thank you.
So kudos to your hairdresser.
Yes, yes. Her name is Lisa Faber, and if you're in Seattle, she owns the Collage Salon in Belltown.
Aw. Very nice, and
You
thank you so
like
much
her.
for pointing her out. We have to thank the little people in our lives. Not that she's little, but you know what I'm saying. Um, the
You would like her. She would make a good New Yorker.
so she has nothing to do with New York at all, but yet she could fit right in.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. So speaking of New York, you're an ex-New Yorker. Tell us a little bit about yourself and just a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today. Since I neglected to the second time around do a proper introduction, I apologize. I was
That's
just too like,
yeah, that's all right. Well, I attended college at FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology, and to put myself through college, I modeled and I acted and I used all that stuff in my career now as an author. And the Fashion Institute of Technology, for those of you who haven't been there, has a free museum, and it's wonderful
wow.
collections. And a lot of authors who write historical fiction get a lot of ideas just from not only fashion but accessories. Like one woman found this three-pinned pin that you use to attach your cape together so it doesn't fly off when you're riding a horse. And she looked at that and she said, "Perfect murder weapon."
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
And I saw a beautiful butterfly, about this big. And at first I thought it was like a fan, but then I read it, the description, and it was a needle case. And I looked at that and I said, that is perfect for hiding spy code,
Yeah.
which I used in the book. So
Wow. Isn't that amazing? So you guys go to like the historical fiction people, they go to the museums to find out all this stuff. And I guess the contemporary writers, they like to sit in airports or coffee shops and kind of eavesdrop and maybe get their next idea.
yeah, and historical fiction authors do that
They
also,
do.
listening and hearing bits of conversation. It can cause you to write an entire book about it.
Oh,
You
okay.
Writers are observers. They notice everything. And then they just take that in and put it in the filing system, and there you go.
That's true. You know what? Because sometimes in historical fiction, you can go forward, you could go backwards. So, you know, you could write
Right.
present day and past. So I totally agree. Now, I never really thought it that way, but you are 100% right.
Yeah, and I'm
All
working
right.
on a contemporary romance, so that
Oh,
happens
I
in
didn't know
France.
that. All right. So you know what? We'll talk about that. I'm going to put that on the back burner. I'm writing that
Okay.
down. We're going to talk about that. But today we're talking about Her Own War. Can you say the book series names because I screw it up? The
Château de Verzat. You don't pronounce
Château de
it.
Verzat. Okay. Well, this is
Yeah.
the book that she just finished, Her Own War, and I love the covers. And if anybody hasn't purchased one of Debra's books, just go out and get one because they're just, look at this, just
Um,
gorgeous. And the cover. I'm not doing good today. The cover of the book feels like
thank you.
leather. It feels like leather. I had to put the New York in. I was I was interviewing a woman, and we were talking about audiobooks and stuff, and she goes, "Well, when I'm writing about somebody from New York, I want you to be the narrator." I go, "I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing."
It's a very endearing good thing.
I just thought that was funny.
As I
But
say
anyways,
to my Seattleite friends, New Yorkers let you know how they feel, whether you want
absolutely.
to know or not.
Yes. 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 Are you saying that they don't have a filter or okay,
No, no, I don't
okay,
I don't say that. I think they're direct.
okay,
And my friend Lisa is direct.
okay, okay, I hear
Yeah.
you.
You
I
know
totally
what they're thinking.
okay. Well, you know what? I'd rather that than somebody pussyfooting around because then you don't really know where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Even if it's not something nice, at least I know where they're coming from, and I get them, and and then you can kind of make your assumption from that. But if you can't read them, that makes me more nervous if I can't read a person,
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. That's why I like you. You're direct.
Thank you, Deborah. And you are too, and I think you're very funny.
Oh,
You
well,
have a
thank you.
really good sense of humor.
Thanks.
You do. You definitely do. We always have a good time emailing each other back and forth with our little funny faces and all that kind of stuff. But let's get back to your books because I could just go on and talk to you forever. What speaking of like, listening in airports or going to museums, what inspired you to write this beautiful book series? Like what, not so much the educational part. I want to know like deep inside you, like
Hmm.
what was your like
Hmm.
what really like in your head, what was like somebody calling you saying you needed to write this or like that kind of stuff.
Well, my husband and I were in Paris honeymooning, and he's a doctor, and he had gone to the perfume museums and the fashion museums with me and the palaces, and he said he wanted to go to the catacombs. I did not want to go to the catacombs, but it's compromise. So we went, and I don't know if you've been there, but it's very creepy. And I thought, the only way I'm going to get through this is if I think it's a big Halloween, display. So he's going along and he's naming the names of the bones and the skulls, and I'm just kind of
That's
checking
right, because
out.
he's a doctor. He know this is interesting to him. Gotcha.
Yes. And I'm trying to just stay there, like not like go away.